rose up against my tyrannical rule, and they've sent us to banishment, back out to the wilds. So yeah, I'm gonna start a new game, and I'll talk about what went wrong. Winnie Evil. Yeah, I always suspected that about Winnie the Pooh. No, I have a. I'm gonna call this one. Oh, historically significant places. Let's call it Rubicon. Yeah. Continue our theme. Now, I did scout out and found a good map seed. It's this one right here. I'm going to, instead of playing on a large map, I've decided to tone it down a bit and play a medium map. Two reasons for that. I think it'll. Well, one thing we suffered from was on the last playthrough, I got a little cocky. I saw that there was a lot of resources lying around, and assumed I could just continually expand without any kind of consequences. But I forgot about logistics and the fact that, yeah, there's stone on the map and still some iron, but I can't reach it with my laborers because I don't have any stone roads. So, I think by going with a smaller size, we'll avoid that issue going forward. I'll admit, I got greedy with the nomads. I thought I could pull them in, and obviously I couldn't. But then I got stupid with the nomads, and greed is one thing, stupidity is something completely different. Honestly, I kind of was panicking a bit, and I should have had the foresight to be able to say, no, wait a minute, if we're on the edge with our food situation, then we're gonna really suffer if we bring in more workers. So in my mind, I thought, the nomads were sort of having the extra bodies to throw at the problem would fix it. Obviously that wasn't the case. So yeah, we've been banished from Runnymede. They don't want us there anymore. They feel like they need a change in the leadership. And what has happened is, yeah, we stole the historically significant ox cart, and we took all our followers to a new area to start over. So that's the story I'm going with. God. I'm a little embarrassed. I got some egg on my face, to be honest, but I'm feeling like we're gonna learn from our mistakes and come back just even stronger than before. So yeah, we're doing a medium map. I think we won't have any problems with being able to grow our population to unlock those achievements we're after, since there's still enough space on it. But I do think it will. It'll keep me from kind of overstretching and from just not careful use of my resources. So, yeah, I'm just gonna continue on. We press on. Yeah. Let's see here. Now, another problem I had was let's get our forest node going. I think I'm gonna put one. Well, if I put one here, it's gonna take a couple of years for it to plant enough trees. So yeah, we'll aim to have one kind of here, and then clear out. Yeah, let's order our villagers to clear out. Well, first they need to get this stone and that too, because that's easy pickings. We'll also have them cut down these trees, and that will be kind of our main quarter. This is where we're going to build up our starting town. So, yeah, this would be a good spot for fishing. Just looking at, just kind of getting set up. Let's get a stockpile going now. Let it play at 1x speed while they start to clear the map a bit. We'll just put a little one, like a little 4x4. The other thing is maybe my stockpiles could have been, actually, let's put a stockpile, like a large one, too large, like a 10x10 here maybe, because that could be our, no, I don't want it on that side. I want it kind of actually below that, I think. Because I'm doing the whole thing where we're keeping the ox cart, but you know, this is going to kind of be our central hub, so to speak. So having a big storage here seems like a good plan. Anyway, let's let them run at 1 time speed, and they can chop stuff down and kind of get started on the settlement while we press on. So yeah, it's a shame, but I honestly I'm not too upset that I've been banished from, you know, our first town. I kind of like that idea that, you know, every new start is the previous leadership getting banished. This will be a good little spot for a fishing dock, and I'll also obviously put some storage and stuff. But yeah, we're going to start over, and we're going to play a tighter game, and another thing, obviously, is I waited way too long on getting my mine going, as well as, in addition to the mine, the quarry. Because honestly, like what eventually led to our downfall was we didn't have any stone for building out new buildings, and we didn't have any iron to keep us in tools. And lack of one prevented us from getting the other, and it just kind of compounded all the problems. So, you know, we'll be sure to just avoid that this time around. Like, instead of really gunning for the nomads, which honestly that was a mistake on my part. What we should have been doing was just focusing on getting like every single resource that self-sufficiency essentially, and thinking back, you know, all the money not money, all the every bit of stone and every bit of iron and wood even that we put towards the boarding house, the hospital, the town hall, that could have been used to jumpstart a mine and a quarry. So because of that, we kind of we screwed the pooch on the last playthrough. But hey, you learn from your mistakes. I'm also thinking this might be an okay spot for a second fishing hole. I'm gonna queue that up, but not actually put it in. Yeah, see, because he gets that little creek on the side. Oh, so when I was living in Nebraska, like, the way they pronounce creek is crick. Gosh, it drove me crazy. I was like, wait, what's a crick? Nope, that's creek. Other ones they had was like, instead of roof, it's rough. I mean, you know, it's just a regional dialect thing, but it sounded so strange to my ears. But, you know, whatever. We can almost get... This is good for fishing, too. This is like a solid little river, because it has all these twists and turns in it. Yeah, I'm going to set these up and probably get them fairly early, but initially I do want to get the forest node going. Now, I'm going to try to get the forest node. It's going to not have... It's going to be close to where I'm planning on putting in villages and stuff, but... Aren't these queued up to... Okay, yeah, they're kind of getting some food and idling a bit, and... Yeah, if we click... Let's see... he's working. This is probably a kid walking around doing nothing. So, yeah, they're doing their thing. I'll let them keep going. I should probably get on a builder. Yeah, let's do it. Let's hire 2 builders out. Just so we can start actually getting some of the stuff finished up. This looks like a good spot, actually, for our forester lodge node thing. Do you want a little bit south, or kind of like right up against the edge of town? I think, well, you gotta leave some room for the market and a couple other, like, you know, I'm gonna have the market, well, I'm gonna remove that and have the market maybe south of it. And then, like, this is actually, I'm gonna put in a mine fairly early, because that was a big problem last time. We didn't have enough iron coming in to keep us in tools. So if we want to keep this forester lodge kind of around, well, this might be good mining too. I want the mine fairly close to the town, but maybe not in the town. So that, yeah, having the mines here, that's not too far away. That should be good. Okay, let's and the mines are going to be down there. Let's actually, we'll queue up the mines, but not build them. So, like, Can they fit in, like, here? Aw, really? They might not fit in there. That's a bummer. I mean, they'll fit there, but I kind of want a tunnel. Like, kind of in the middle, but... that's honestly getting a little far away from the town. I guess we'll put it up here. If it'll fit. Sometimes, you know, buildings can be a little finicky. Yeah, it might not... We might have to put it down there. Okay, we can fit one there. It's strange it's letting me slide so far over, because that seems like a funny placement, but... I kind of would want it to be closer to the mountain, so we're wasting less space on it, you know? Space that could be built up with other things. I guess here is okay. I'm feeling like that's a little bit far from town, but it shouldn't be that far. You know, it won't really fit. Well, we could put like 2 in here. And then have like a tunnel going through here, so we can have another lodge down here. That's not a bad plan. We got another little forester lodge. Well, if we're gonna put it down here, let's not worry about it too much. Yeah, we can't really fit a mine in that little curve, so this can be kind of where a market is, and we can build the town kind of up against it. That seems reasonable. Let's see, how are we oh, we still need to build a forester lodge, so... Okay, we'll assume that mines are going in here somewhere, and we'll put the forester lodge... not overlapping the town so much, but a little bit close, like... I don't know, that might be a little too close. But let's kind of get it already in a foresty spot. We might get a mine in there, so... kind of like... down a bit and over a little... Yeah, that seems pretty good. It's a little bit awkward with the way it's placed, because it doesn't quite line up with the town, but... I guess we can have the road kind of like do a little turn at the edge. That's okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. We can talk about it, but I think we just need to get stuff put in. So yeah, last one. It was just basically, honestly, like it's kind of an interesting thing actually. It's like inept leadership led to the downfall of everybody. So. And to be fair, I mean, I obviously haven't unlocked these achievements yet, so it's gonna be a learning experience for me too. But you know, I look back, I kind of watch over the video, and I realized like letting the nomads in was honestly the main mistake. So it's all good though. I kind of like the starting phase. It's relaxing. You're kind of like optimistic. You know, the whole world's your oyster going forward, and all that, so it's okay that we have to start over, but you know, if we go through kind of like a little slow patch, because we are waiting to build up and get more let's collect scoop up all this iron as well. You know, I might kind of like jump ahead with it a little bit and just skip kind of the initial build up phase. I don't know, I think people might enjoy that too, so I think the road came out to like here. It's hard. I wish you could have like the road highlight a little bit. I'm sure there's a mod for that, but you know, we can't play with mods if we want achievements. So I'm just gonna like do kind of like that and put our guy. Where's my boy? Yeah, woodcutter. We'll put the woodcutter kind of like on the edge of town a bit, but also fairly close to the forester. We'll put them in, but we'll pause them, because we still need to put in, like, the gather and a couple more homes and such. Speaking of houses, let's get going on houses for... Do we want, like, a little bit of road there? Yeah, I guess we can just kind of... Well, no, we won't need a... Well, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah. We'll put that one there, and then have, like, a road going up this way. And actually, I kind of want this road... Oh, that's why I haven't put it in yet. I guess we'll wait a minute, but yeah, well, we're gonna have like a couple of houses here for the woodcutter and the fishing and all that. But first thing first, we'll get going on the fishing. And it looks like we're getting a good little stockpile here. Yeah, but this playthrough, I'm definitely going to emphasize self-sufficiency over nomads. Immigrants are definitely useful, but I feel like essentially the reason for me being kind of an idiot, like again, I explained it. I got greedy, then I got stupid, which is that just kind of like a classic thing? That seems like throughout history, that's been the downfall of people, greed and stupidity. But it's kind of a shame, but at the same time, it's kind of a good education. So. Let's see here. And honestly, I think I could actually recover the town of Runnymede. I might do like a special bonus episode on that. But I tried playing ahead a little bit, and recovery is going to take like 70 years. Honestly, it's going to be tough because unfortunately we don't have easy sources of stone and iron that the villagers can just scoop up and rebuild off of. So I thought of some ideas for that. I guess, like, one of them would be shutting down, like, having no blacksmiths working. But you're like, but if you need tools, why wouldn't you have a blacksmith going? Well, if there's no iron coming in, and you need the iron for, say, building the quarry, then it doesn't make sense for having any blacksmiths, because you're going to have the tool crisis anyway. But if you get the quarry built by the little trickle of iron you get coming in from, whenever a laborer can manage to run out and dink on a bit of iron, then with the quarry you could get more stone, which would fix like a host of other issues with not having enough gathering nodes and all. I think it is fixable, and in fact I can't imagine it not being. At the same time, I just know it's going to be like our chance to get the, within the first 100 years, you get 300 people, I think are slim at this point. I also think that, it wouldn't be very fun to kind of watch, because it would be me just being flustered and annoyed that it's taken forever to build anything, and I think that we were through the starvation, like we were going to start coming back out of it, but waiting on the villagers to repopulate, like having to go through and probably shut down some of the fishing nodes, and even like some of the forester lodges just have enough labor pool to go out and collect the stone and iron that was really far away from town. It would be fun to watch. It'd be kind of like a struggle, so I figured, why not get a fresh start? And I do like the whole kind of like element of, oh, he's such a bad leader, he gets banished. It's kind of like it's Banished Inception. So now we almost have the backstory on this civilization. That and their over reliance on ox carts was their downfall, or historically significant ox carts. Think about it, I kind of want a road in between here and here. Well, I kind of want a road in between here and here, so I'm going to actually move that stockpile, but I'm sure I'll get used up pretty early, just in all the little construction that we're going to be doing, so. Let's see. And sorry for drinking the water. I've been doing so many recordings that my throat is not really used to talking this much, and it's getting a little irritated, so I'm going to try to keep up with the water. You might hear some gulps, and I apologize for that, but if I want to keep recording, I think I need to handle that. So, let's see here. We'll get a little stockpile next to where our woodcutter is going to be. We'll do 5x5, or is it, no, 4x4. 4x4 is the size of a house. So what I'm going to do is actually 4x4, a little road in between those two, so we can kind of stretch it down this way. And then maybe a blacksmith or a tailor, something that'll fill up this space. I think a tailor will. Let's try that. Not quite. Maybe the blacksmith. I hope the blacksmith. Yes, okay. So we'll have our blacksmith kind of in here. And that's a building that we're going to need anyway. So, and I think the market, well, trading post is going to be up here. Market will probably be kind of around here. And, like, honestly, I might use a little bit of the space over here for the quarry. Like, one of the issues we definitely had was not having enough stone, and, well, in our last playthrough anyway. Not having enough stone and not really making any corrections when that was becoming a pretty apparent problem. So my hope is that with this fresh start, you know, we'll have a quarry earlier on. I'm not going to work it really hard. I'm just going to have like three or four people just give us a little trickle of stone so we can keep up with it. Another thing I'm thinking is I might put in a couple of stone houses early. I think that'll help us with, we kept running out of firewood, which was bad, you know, and I think having a couple of stone houses, not too many at first because they are expensive in stone, but just, you know, 4 or 5 will help a bit with the keeping us up with our, you know, very, very important resources. So let's go ahead and keep planning this out. Now, a little storage barn. I'm thinking, well, we'll put the storage barn kind of like that, maybe. Let's see. I'm gonna see how. Like, I want almost 2 trading posts here, I think. Well, we also kind of need, like, if we can do like a trading post bridge and then trading post, that would be ideal. So let's try setting that up. Now, I'm not gonna build these. I'm gonna do the same thing where I plan them out, but then. Oh, I can actually get it really far out there. I wonder, though, I never really found out if having a trading post out in the water like that affects, you know, affects your fishing. So, I'm going to put it in, not build it, but I'll look that up. And, well, if we're planning out the town, it's the same over here, isn't it? I don't know. That might actually be an issue. So we're not going to put those in immediately. I was just thinking, like, maybe I could have a house here for the fishing guys and then a storage. Well, let's do that. And I'll put in a little stone house. And yeah, they're expensive, but at the same time, I think if we get a couple of those early, it'll just help out in the long run. So, like a storage barn here as well. Now, I'm going to pause these because I don't want them to use up all the stone immediately, but we'll definitely have that in mind. Now, let's put another road in, kind of stretching up this way and around the back of that too. So that way, you know, the storage, it's kind of interesting. You can almost teleport goods a short distance with the storage because they can enter it from the front and the back. So, you know, this guy here, he can drop off stuff and go right back to work. But then if we have like a vendor and a market over here, the vendor can just come pick it up and drop it off. You know, it kind of daisy chains things. I wonder if you could do almost like a... no, that won't work. I was thinking like you could do something like a bunch of storage barns in a row, but there'd be no reason for them to pull from one storage barn and then put it in the next one down. You could do like a storage barn, market, then like another storage barn. Nah, never mind. Just me thinking out loud. Let's see here. So good, fishing hole is coming into play. I do want to get a couple more houses for the fishermen. So I'm going to let them build 2 stone houses. I'll put one there and kind of one here for like the blacksmith. And yeah, stone's expensive. That's going to quickly use up our stored stone. But at the same time, I'm kind of okay with it because I think it'll really help us out in our firewood situation to have just a couple of them out the gate. So, and if we get an earlier quarry, then we can start upgrading our houses to stone houses. You know, it's just better planning than what we had last time, to be honest. Let's see. What else? Well, we could get a tailor going. Well, let's get some people fishing first. Just like one for now, and I'll get more going as we move along. Just to start getting a little extra fish. it would be helpful to have a road going up, say, this way. Yeah, I'm gonna move this guy. It's awkwardly placed, so. But that road should help them get a little closer to where all this food is, so. Moving right along. Yep. Now, this always kind of bothers me. Potatoes, why can't you plant those? You know, it'd be different if it was something like, I don't know, something that you can't plant, but you can most definitely, I mean, like on The Martian, you know, I don't know if you've seen that movie. I like the book a little better, but it's still, they did a good job of it, and it's fairly accurate. There's some problems with it. One of the main ones is he wouldn't ever get soil from just his waste mixed with clay from the Martian. It's called Martian regolith, but because it's not soil because it doesn't have any kind of nutrients or biologically compatible nutrients. It's got some stuff in it, but you know it's regolith. It's basically ground up rocks and stuff. Yeah, you can see my throat's getting a little scratchy. Sorry, let me get a little quick drink. But yeah, the problem with it is he didn't have any nitrogen-fixing bacteria. And unfortunately, plants need nitrogen to grow, and they wouldn't get enough just from straight human waste. So it's bad science, unfortunately. It's like one of the few things though that was bad science about the movie, like, or even the book. It's the guy, you know, I'm very impressed with him, and what's the author's name? I'll put a little subtitle or a caption here for the author's name, but yeah, the guy who wrote The Martian, he really reminds me of kind of the hard science fiction stories that were really popular in kind of the 90s, like Kim Stanley Robinson's The Martian trilogy, you know, where they're really kind of accurately breaking down science as we understand it. I don't know. I really like it. Like, I hope he does a ton more books. I'm glad that he's been quite successful with it. Interesting story actually behind how it was published. The guy self-published. He after he got really frustrated because he spent, gosh, a couple of years actually trying to get a publisher to pick up his work, and essentially what they're saying is no, the American public will, yeah, and unfortunately what gets published is kind of dictated by the American market, and it's a shame because I think like a lot of European writers are honestly better. But and a few of them break out, like obviously like Harry Potter and all, and also oh gosh, I am the coffee is not quite kicked in, guys. Who wrote Discworld? Oh God. Yeah, actually, yeah. God wrote Discworld. In Incarnation. I feel foolish. He's one of my favorite writers, and I can't. I'm having a terrible little brain fart. Sorry. Apologies. Again, I'll have to caption. Let's see. So we need a hunting lodge. Let's make sure. I don't want to ever do that mistake of putting in 2 hunting lodges. So yes, we do have a gatherer's hut queued up. Let's put in a hunting lodge. And honestly, eventually, I'm gonna transition this one to herb gathering. But for now, it needs to focus on lumber. So I'm not going to start off immediately with like an herbalist, but there will be one put in because it's close to the town, so that can keep them in the Massins.